guys, back again with another video. This is just a little short one about a piece of equipment that is not very exciting, but when you think about it is actually pretty important. That is the cup. This is the Vaughn SLR cup that I recently purchased and have been using for a little while now. And so I'm just gonna do like a little review on it. And bottom line is I think it's a really good cup and it's got my seal of approval. I would recommend it. Some things I like about it is just, I mean, it's a double cup, so it's got plenty of protection. Feels comfortable wearing it. I don't feel like it's restricting me or feels in the way. I like how it's a little bit, compared to some other ones, it's a little more contoured to your area down there. I don't know how to put it more delicately than that, but like if you can see the way it's kind of contoured specifically more, and then at the top has the flaps that come out to protect that area. So like what I've been using for a while now is the Warrior cup, which is what I've been recommending to people actually for a while, and been saying personally that like it's probably the best cup out there. And in many ways, I still believe it is, but there was one specific issue I was having with my Warrior cup, which is what made me want to try a different brand. And in the end, I'm glad I did, because I do like this cup. But I mean, I still like the Warrior cup too. I still think it's a good cup. And I'm gonna bring that out now and show you and tell you what it is that I didn't like about it and why I switched. So this is the Warrior cup, the Warrior Pro Ritual X. They have now a newer model of this called, off the top of my head I don't remember the name, but it's basically the same cup. It's just, you know, now they're using like plus and stuff in the name Warrior is. But anyway, at the time, this was their pro top level cup. I think it's still the same. I have to take a closer look to see if really they changed anything, but it's basically the same. And I went through 3 of these in like a matter of 5 years or something like that. And the only reason was because of the elastic on it. Everything else always like worked fine, and I felt it was very protective, probably the most protective cup. I would still say just strictly on protection, it probably is the most protective cup. But the elastic just never lasted, and I would be, like I said, this is my 3rd one I've had, and I kept buying new ones solely because of the elastic. If it wasn't for the elastic, I still would probably be wearing the original Warrior cup that I bought. So, you know, it got to a point where I just got sick of having to deal with the elastic issue and needlessly buying new cups just because of the elastic. And you know, you might say, oh, well, you could, you know, go to like some fabric store or craft store and get elastic and just kind of replace it yourself. I mean, yeah, but that's not really the point. I mean, out of any equipment, any manufacturer thing, like I've never had this much problem with an elastic on a piece of gear. So like, yeah, I could just replace it or whatever, but you shouldn't have to. Like it should last better than it does. And it's not like I'm really putting a lot of strain on it either. Like I'm a pretty thin guy. I'm a 32 waist at most. And so one of the issues with the elastic getting stretched out is like, even when these are brand new, I have to adjust it so it's almost as tight as it can get because I'm so thin. And then once it starts stretching out, like I get to the point where I can't make it any more tighter, and then it's pretty much just loose on me. Like it's to the point now where if I wear this, it's basically just the pants kind of holding it in place, and the elastic is doing absolutely nothing. So, I mean, for the most part, the pants do hold it in the general area where it needs to be, but there's still a little more movement than you would like. And it's not even just the waist part, which the waist part, it would be easier to replace because it's just Velcroed in. You can see on the top there. But the secondary outer cup, which is almost more like a shield in the front. See, like this is the first level cup. And this is the main whole Jock thing here. And then it's got like this shield over it, which is that's like the double, what makes it the double cup or whatever. And it's, I mean, protection-wise, it's great. Like I said, it looks like a freaking shield. Look at this thing. But then the problem is it's got these areas, like where it attaches at the bottom here, and then it attaches at the top on either side. And those things just got stretched out like all the other elastic, and that's not something you can adjust, and that's not something that's easy to replace because it would require sewing it or whatever, which I'm not good at or whatever, adept at. So, you know, while I was very happy with the protection it provided, I just got sick of the ridiculous elastic issue with that thing. Decided to try something different, and since I'm pretty much a Vaughn guy with most of my stuff, I went with Vaughn. And then like, so Vaughn has a Velocity cup and an SLR cup. So I had to just like, there's no store or anything down here that I can really go to look at it in person, so I kind of just had to look at it online and just kind of go by what to me I thought looked better, and just like, I don't know, the shape of this kind of looked better, and it just, I don't know, it seemed like a little more protective. Like, I don't know, the Velocity just seemed maybe a little flimsier. I mean, but I'm just going by looks. Again, it's not, I'm not saying that the Velocity one is bad or anything. I just had to go by looks. But anyway, so I got this one, and like I said at the beginning of the video, it's been great for me so far. You know, I feel like as far as the way it fits on me, and not just like at the waist, but just like I said, the way it's got contoured and shaped, I feel like it's a little more comfortable and fits a little better that way. So like, if you want to go for like comfort and mobility wise, I would say this is actually a little better than the Warrior. Not that the Warrior was bad, or like I've ever felt like it was restricting me or anything like that. But if I have to give an edge to one of them, I say this is a little better than that. And then I would give the slight edge and protection to Warrior. But at the same time, it's not like, it's kind of like the little protection you're giving up is like protection that doesn't really make a difference, because I have no problem with the protection this gives me. Like, yeah, it doesn't have that huge shield in the front, but like the double cup part, so since this is so new and tightly put together, unlike the Warrior one, it's kind of hard to show you, but so there's the original, the first layer of cup here, and then this is the secondary double cup part there. And then, so like, whereas the Warrior just has the big shield that goes across the whole front, so this just kind of has the double cup part there, and then the top part is just basically one layer of padding, but it is a pretty thick and substantial amount of padding. So, like I said, the Warrior gets a little bit of an edge in protection-wise, but I just don't think, I don't think you really need that little bit of extra, because this seems completely fine to me, and then B, I just can't put up with that elastic anymore. It just doesn't make sense to keep pumping money into that for the elastic to just not last at all. And even this one, like, obviously this is still pretty new, so the elastic is not going to be bad with this or whatever, no matter what. But even if this elastic kind of stretches out a little bit, like, I don't know how the companies decide like what waists their cups are going to fit, because they don't have like small, medium, large, whatever, like some other equipment. It's just like senior cup and that's it. But this one seems to be a little better if you're got a slightly smaller waist, because I don't have to necessarily, I mean, I do still put it kind of tighter to fit my thin waist, but I still have like wiggle room here, where if the elastic stretches out, I can tighten it up a little bit more to compensate. Whereas, like I said, with the Warrior, like right off the bat, I was almost as tight as I could get it, just even when it was brand new. And that's why the elastic stretching out on that, you know, screwed me more. Also, like a different thing is with that one, you couldn't adjust the straps that go like under your legs. Whereas with the Vaughn, it has a little thing here where you can adjust that. I mean, it's a small thing, but it's just a little extra adjustment thing you can do with this cup to make it fit you better. So yeah, like I said, you know, it feels great, very comfortable, you know, moving around with it, whatever, you don't even notice it. There was no like break-in time or adjustment time. Like literally the first time I used this, it was fine. I didn't even have to give it a second thought. So I've heard other people have that same issue with the Warrior Jock. So, you know, if that's something that like you're dealing with and you're thinking about going with another cup, I would highly suggest this. Even if you're just thinking about a cup in general, and you don't know what to get, I highly suggest this. And like I said, you know, like the Warrior is actually pretty good too. It's really just that one issue with the elastic. But if you're comparing the two, like, well, why would you go with the Warrior when you can get pretty much everything you need out of this and not have to deal with the crappy elastic? So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Like I said, it's just a video about a Jock. So, but I just want to put it out there since something I bought, and it's something I can talk about, and something I would suggest to people. So the Vaughn SLR cup, very good. Protect your jewels. And continue staying safe out there, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.